Good morning, students. Welcome to this virtual class. Last period we are discussing the chapter 1 of Indian economy developments, that is Indian economy on the eve of independence. We have already discussed colonial exploitation of the Indian economy under the British rule, features of Indian economy on the eve of independence, agriculture sectors, industrial sector, foreign trade, demography profile, occupational structures, and last one, infrastructure on the eve of independence. So I hope you must be finished your homework and all the questions answer what is given at the end of the chapters. Today we'll start that a new chapter or second chapter, Indian economy during that 1950 to 1990. It means India got her freedom in the year of 1957 and August 15th. India woke up on 15th August 1957 to rule over their countries independently. So, when India got her freedom, so far India's resources is concerned, India's development is concerned, people efficient is concerned, that was not updated as per that country's requirements. It means India's resources are limited in relation to the needs of development of an economy. So, whenever we take our own responsibility in our own shoulder, that time the people were not getting 2 times meal in a day. People have not money to establish that industry. People have no sufficient money not only to establish the industry but also to develop their own agriculture productions or trade, infrastructure facilities, etc. So to achieve these objectives for the development of an economy, wastage of resources is to be avoided. In simple words, resources have to be used in the planned manner. That is why we establish that planning systems. So before we analyze that economic planning, we must know the systems after the independence, what is implemented according to our needs. There are 3 types of economic systems. First, I want to discuss what do we mean by economic system. Economic system refers to an arrangement by which central problems of an economy are solved. Central problems of an economy are solved. What do we mean by central problems of an economy? All these points we had already discussed in that macroeconomics as well as in that microeconomics in class 11th. So I don't want to discuss more, but know it that there are 3 central problems of economy, that is in case of that allocation of resources, what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Allocation of resources. That allocation of resources related to that economic planning. So what to produce? It means as per our requirements to fulfill our daily life, there are so many goods. We could not calculate one by one. That is why we classify these goods, different types of goods consumer goods and producer goods. So which goods we have to produce as per our requirements? How to produce? That system I had already discussed. There are the two methods, labor intensive methods and capital intensive methods. Labor intensive methods are those methods when we used more and more labor and less capital to produce that any kinds of product, that is to be called the labor intensive methods. Similarly, in capital intensive methods, which are used more capital, that is more machines and less labors, that is to be called the capital intensive methods. And third one is that for whom to produce? Consumers, producers. It depends on that different countries, different situations, because all those countries are not alike. Some are the developed countries, some are the developing countries, some are the underdeveloped countries. So these central problems can be solved in different ways of different countries. So if that country will be analyzed, there are the three types of economies: capitalist economy, socialist economy and mixed economy. Capitalist economy, socialist economy and mixed economy. These are the types of economy: capitalist economy and socialist economy and mixed economy. What do you mean by capitalist economy? More or less you have already learnt in that 9th class or the 10th class that capitalist economy, which is given that most important definition by that Professor Lux, one economist. He defined in such a way that the capitalist economy is one which means the productions are won by a private person or that group of individual who are the rich persons. They are free to take their own decision, economic decisions, as guided by the principle of profit maximizations. Principle of profit maximization. If I will analyze from this definition what is capitalist economy, that first characteristic that private properties. Second most important is that profit maximizations or ownership of the productions which are in the private individual or the group of the persons. And in that capitalist economy, there is no interfere of the governments. It means the private individual or the group of individuals, what they need to do, produce the product, accordingly they will produce. And the features of the private production is per their private property, profit by extension, owners of the product, that is why there is the no interfere of the governments. So mainly these are three features. More than 5 or 6 features also there, but I don't want to discuss here as per your curriculum. If you want to go in detail, there is the one book, Economic System, that is that Indian author K.K. Sen won that book, Economic Systems. You may go through also Duet and Burma, like these different publishers in the available. Publishers are available in the library. You can read these books if you need. So the merits of this capitalist economy is that it promotes that self-interest. It means the capitalist or that group of individual or those who are the owner of the productions, they will take decision for their own interest, for their own profits, how they can earn that maximum profits, or the decision will be always taken for the maximization of the profits. As a result of the laborers or the workers or the employees, they are being exploited. So that exploited may be that in several regions, like for example, as per their remuneration, they will get that less than their remunerations and less than that working hours. It means what they will get the remunerations, if they are working that 8 hours, less than working on like that 6 hours, 4 hours, they will get the remunerations. Besides this, if the working hour is 8 hours, they have to do that more than 8 hours working hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours. But for that extra working hours, they were not getting that monies or their remunerations. So that it means the production will be maximum, entrepreneur will take that maximum profits, and that employee will be the exploited. But side by side, due to that profit maximizations, the GDP will be increased. GDP will be increased, or gross domestic product. They will produce their maximum outputs or maximum products. So the merit of this capitalist system is that collective interest of the society only, and the merits of that capitalist system is that self-interest, entrepreneurs earn that maximum profits, and GDP growth, which is accelerated or increased. But demerits is that employees are exploited, they do not get that their real remunerations. Entrepreneur does not look after that collective interest of the peoples. Accordingly, the production is directed by satisfied needs of the rich persons, not that poor persons. Because Mahatma Gandhi was told in such a way that you will make a plan in such a way that the poorest person of the poor, how much he will get that benefit, that planning should be implemented, that policy should be implemented, then that country will be developed. So in that capitalist economy, will not get this much benefits. So next is that socialist economy. Socialist economy means that is that social interest. It means a socialist economy is one in which there is a social or collective public ownership of the means of production, and economic decisions are made by or taken by that central authority of the government with a view to maximize social welfare. I will not discuss about that socialist economy because you have already known from the history as well as in economics in 9th or 10th class. So the salient features of that socialist economies are means and productions are collectively owned by the society as a whole. There is a public ownership on the means of productions. Here is the private, there is the individual ownership. Here is that socialist economy, there is that collective ownership of the productions. And the means of productions are used mainly such as that which way that maximum people will get that advantages or maximum people will get that maximum benefits. The objectives will be like this. There is the direct participation of the government in the process of the productions. So the role of the government is not only confined to law and order and defense. It means how the people will get that maximum benefits. There is the principle of the maximum social advantages. So for the public finance is concerned, that principles will be implemented in that socialist economics. So it means overall, if we will analyze that socialist economy, it emphasizes how to achieve that equality. It means the gap in between the rich section and the poor sections, that will be minimized. So it means growth process become that very slow as per that comparative of that capitalist economy. So the merits of the economy, the socialist economy, that equality or equal distribution of income and wealth. So GDP here is that not in that accelerated process, the GDP will grow slowly. That is why this is the demerits also in the socialist economy. So in socialist economy, that is that Soviet Union and China was implemented at that time. So Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the first Prime Minister of India, he was not also interested to implement that socialist economic policies. So over to that central and capitalist economy, or that central planned economy, or that socialist economy, we switched over to that mixed economy. India is a mixed economy countries. It means what are the advantages or what are the benefits are accrued from that capitalist economy and from the socialist economy, that advantages are to be taken into consideration of that mixed economy. So that is why India is a mixed economy. It means to develop or to growth of an economy, if we have said that 2 feet, it means 1 foot will be for that left hand, this is the private or that capitalist economy, and second foot will be that socialist economy. Then we have to stand over in the help of that 2 feet, that is that मिक्स्ड इकोनॉमी. एक पाव हमारा कैपिटलिस्ट में है, एक पाव हमारा सोशलिस्ट में है, और दोनों पाव कैपिटलिस्ट और सोशलिस्ट रख के हम हमारा मिक्स्ड इकोनॉमी से हमारा देश को ग्रोथ करना है. दिस इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ आवर मिक्स्ड इकोनॉमी. इट मींस all that advantages of the capitalist economy and the socialist economy combined together, then that economy is to be formulated, that is called that mixed economy. So what do we mean mixed economy? It means there is that combination of private sector and public sector ownership of the means of productions. The decisions which are taken both by the private and the governments, largely by the principle of the maximization of welfare of the people, side by side to check the balance, social justice, law and order, etc. So that is why the mixed economy is prevailed in our countries. The salient features of the mixed economy you can draw out in single way: the advantages of the capitalist economy or the advantages of the socialist economy. It means means of the production are owned by both capitalist economy or that private entrepreneurs as well as that socialist economy or that governments. In the private sectors, production decisions are governed by the principle of the profit maximization, while the public sector social welfares are the boost, or we can help to that maximize welfare to development of the weaker section of the societies. Both private and public sector play the significant role in the process of the economic growth of an economy like India. So the advantages of these policies of this economy is that as it stands both the capitalist and socialist economy, it means the merits of this that capitalist as well as the socialist economy. On the one hand, GDP growth is encouraged because the private entrepreneurs are free to take the decision to produce that any kinds of products. On the other hand, the socialist economy, which takes the decisions, social justice or equalities is promoted for the growth of economy, that is the social welfare of the maximum social welfare of the economy. That is why this is to be called that mixed economy, which is helpful for the growth of any country as per our discussions. So whenever this capitalist economy and socialist economy and mixed economy are prevalent, so we can implement in which way, that is why we make that planning. The Planning Commission established in the year of 1950. The chairman, who is the Prime Minister, will be the chairman of the Planning Commissions. But here I want to say that one thing. Whenever we implemented the 12th 5-year plan, that during that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, that 5th 5-year plan, during that the period is that 2012 to 2017. We changed that Niti Aayog, National Institutions for Transforming India. That is the Niti Aayog, which was established in the year of 2015. So before that, I want to discuss what do we mean planning or what do we mean economic planning. Dear students, as I have already said, you are appearing that 12th class, so you have to make that plan how or which way you can secure that maximum marks as per your capacities. That is that maximum mark you need. So that is your efforts, that is your efficient utilization of resources what you have. So then you can achieve that good marks. So you make that plan. You have to attend the regular class, you have to do the regular homework, you have to make that note, you have to take the time to time test, you have to appear the time to time test, you have to do that sample paper, If you have any doubt, you can ask to your teachers for your more clarification to secure the good marks. That is why your aim or your objective will succeed, otherwise it is not possible. Similarly, you think about one country, just like which way the country will develop, what is the objectives to develop of a country. So if I will discuss accordingly, what is the planning, we make that plan, how many hours we have to do your work. So the country, there is that Professor P.C. Malhanavis. I forgot to what is that exact date of that Malhanavis. He was taken birth in Calcutta. He introduced first that planning. So what is economic planning? I have written one sentence. The methods of allocation resources among different uses according to needs is known as economic planning. The method of allocation resources, think yourself. You have that brain, you have that books, you have that copies, you have that money, all things you have, that is given by your parents, and you have that time 1 year for that appearing the board exams. That is the method here, how and which way you can use all these resources effectively and efficiently. That is to be called that method of allocation of resources. So we have that natural resources, we have that human resources for the development or for the growth of an economy. That kinds of allocation or distribution of resources, that method among the different uses, means think it. Always I am giving that example. Suppose 1000 or 100 rupees you have, and 100 rupees can be spent by yourself in the different ways. Which way you can get that maximum benefits, maximum advantages, maximum, that is my point. Suppose you have that 1000 rupees. This 1000 rupees can be spent by yourself by purchasing one shirt, by purchasing the one cricket bat, or you want to take that your lunch with your friend and you will go to that any 5-star hotel and you will spend that this 1000 rupees, or that 1000 rupees can help you to earn that more and more money. If you will open that one tea stall in the thela, then you can earn that 100 rupees daily. So this 1000 rupees can be used in such a way that which one is the best for yourself, that is to be called that according to needs method of allocation of resources. It means above all, if that 1000 rupees can be used to open the tea stall in the thelas, then I can earn that 100 rupees per day, so I can arrange or I can manage my daily requirements. That is to be called that your efficient utilization of resources, efficient allocation of resources. That is to be your called that planning, which way you can grow up. That is to be called that your methods of allocation resources among different uses according to the needs is known as economic planning. So that era of the planning started in India in that 1st April 1951. That first 5-year plan was started. So there is that so many landmark in the history of the different persons. Among all them, Dr. M. Visvesvaraya and M.N. Roy, and there is so many economists. They have also started their plannings, how to improve our economic systems, how to improve of our economic growth. So that most important person, that is P.C. Mahalanobis, who was taken birth in the Calcutta in the year of 1893. He introduced that planning, and he has given his definition. Economic planning means utilization of the country's resources in different development activities in accordance with the national priorities for the growth of nations. Under the chairman of the Professor P.C. Malanavis, that planning commission was formed, but please note that at present there is no planning commissions. It is important to note that planning commission has now been abolished, and in January 2015, I think January 2015 or February 2015, it has been replaced. It means planning commission has been replaced as the Niti Aayog, and the role of Niti Aayog is to make such policy that accelerate to that pace of that GDP growth. The constitution of planning commissions, which was established in the 1950 and was set up with the Prime Minister as its chairmanship. The purpose of this planning commission was to assess that carefully of the human and physical resources of the country, and it was to prepare plans for effective utilization of resources. Effective utilization of resources. Remember, effective utilization of resources. So there are the different 5-year plans. I have written here that public sector expenditure during the plan. These are the plans. First plan, second 5-year plans. These plans are the 5-year plans. Remember it. 5 years plan. And first 5-year plan, second 5-year plan, third 5-year plan. After that there is the annual plan, fourth 5-year plan, fifth 5-year plan, sixth, seventh, then annual plan, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then Niti Aayog was formed in the year of 2015. So please remember it. First 5-year plan, the period was 1951 to 56, 5 years. Second 5-year plan, 56 to 61. Third 5-year plan, 1961 to 66. That is that annual plan, that break. Because there is 1966, there is a war. So that time, that plan, again it is prepared the 66 to 69, that is to be called that annual plan. Then fourth 5-year plan, 69 to 74, and fifth 5-year plan, 74 to 78. This is that only 4 years, remember it for the quiz questions. Next, sixth 5-year plans, this is the 80 to 85. Seventh 5-year plan, 85 to 90. Again annual plan, 90 to 90. Here is the 70 to 80, there is also annual plan. And annual plan, 90 to 92. Again 8th 5-year plan, 90 to 97. 9th 5-year plan, 97 to 2002. And 10th 5-year plan, 2002 to 2007. 11th 5-year plan, 2007 to 2012. And 12th 5-year plan, 2012 to 2017. During this 12th 5-year plans, in the period of that Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, that formed that Niti Aayog, National Institution for Transforming India, established in the year of 2015. And at present, the 2021, the estimation of this budget is 339.65 crores. 339.65 crores, that is the annual budgets of this year. If I will go through the expenditures during that public sectors in that 5-year plans, there is that different crores of rupees in the different 5-year plans. First 5-year plan consists 51 to 56, only 1960 crores rupees. You will be surprised, because when India got her freedom in the year of 1947, the Indian people, they were enjoying, they are distributing the sweets because we got our freedom. But some of the thinkers, they are crying how that India will be that one nation. because that time Pakistan, the country which was in that India that was divided in the year of 1948, they were demanding that one country, and some people they are demanding that India will be only for the Hindus and other country will be, that is Pakistan, for that Muslims. So that Mahatma Gandhi, who was that first person, he was not wanting to divide these countries India and Pakistan. So anyway, that history has done, we should not analyze about this. But that time the people were not getting the two times meal even a single day, or balanced diet in that far away about the thinkings. There was no industries, there is no sufficient of that agriculture productions, because when the Britishers came to our country at that time, they have decayed to our self-sufficiency, self-dependence, or that subsistence occupation they have already finished. So that time, which way we can form our governments? People have no money. Still, the government made the plan to spend in that public sector 960, 1960 crores of the rupees. Similarly, it increased in the second five-year plan 4,672 crores rupees. Third five-year plan, it increases 8,577, and annual plan, which is that 6,625 crores rupees. Accordingly, that increases 16,160 crore rupees. And at the end of that 11th five-year plan, which was the 1,960 crore rupees, that increases the 36,418 crores rupees. It means it emphasizes. So far our expenditure is concerned, we may say that we are capable to increase our gross domestic product. That is why we can able to spend that lot of money from 1,960 crores to 36,044, 36 lakhs 44,780 crores. 1,960 crores to 36 lakhs 44,780 crores. This is our achievements till to that 11th five-year plans. So accordingly, there was that war 1962 with that India and China, 66 India and Pakistan. That time there was the Tashkent agreements, so that we lost our Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri. So there is that history. We don't want to discuss about that history, but accordingly, this data says that we are capable to increase our gross domestic products, and annual budget so far that this year 2021, which is estimated only 1 year, that is a 339.65 crores. Imagine yourselves. So what are the objectives of five-year plans? Now we'll discuss this objective five-year plans tomorrow. Thank you.